That's right!
Welcome to The Note, I'm Mica Burton.
And I'm Sorola.
4K is one of the biggest buzzwords in the industry right now, at least as far as Sony and Microsoft are concerned, and now the race to 4K dominance is officially underway now that both the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X will soon be on the market later this year.
PCs gladly welcome them. But some recent details about Xbox One X's 4K integration reveal that we still got quite a few growing pains to work through when it comes to the next resolution battleground, and now even Nintendo is getting involved, saying the audience still isn't there yet.
Plus, analysts have started to weigh in with their projections on how the Xbox One X will sell once it's released, and they might actually surprise you.
We'll get to all of that in a moment, but first up, some details about how the Xbox One X will handle graphical updates on various TV sets came to light this week thanks to an update about Forza 7. Forza 7.
Forza 7. Gotta hit that T for those Italians. In an interview with Stevivor, Microsoft addressed the problem of not only upgrading Forza 7's resolution for Xbox One X owners, but also the overall visual fidelity through things like enhanced 4K textures.
And the way they're going to address that? A massive 100 gigabyte install for the game's upgraded textures for Xbox One X.
100 gigabytes?
That's a lot of gigabytes.
That's a lot of gigabytes. Hey, so remember all those people with the bad internet who were upset when the Xbox One was announced to be only online? It sounds like deja vu.
All over again.
All over again.
Others have also raised the issue that apart from download speeds, hard drive space will also be a problem, especially if every game going forward on Xbox One X is expected to get a similarly large texture pack.
And to be fair, it should be noted that a number of Xbox games already have massive installs on the system, like Gears of War 4 and Halo for instance, but those games have amassed years of content between them, and this will be Forza 7's asking download right out of the gate for Xbox One X owners.
And yes, that's all Xbox One X users, because Microsoft also confirmed that the texture pack will be a required download whether or not someone is gaming on a 4K screen. Representative told Stevivor, this means regardless of the TV you're playing on, 4K assets will be downloaded to Xbox One X if available, and the standard 1080p assets will be downloaded to an Xbox One S, which makes sense because that was one of their talking points, is if you're playing on a 1080 display due to super sampling, they make it look better.
Right. Either way, get ready to hit those bandwidth caps and wait 4 hours every time you get a brand new game. However, Microsoft does say they're working to make tools available for developers to help compress those kind of texture packs even more.
So is this a big giant deal? Not entirely, although that would be hard to tell given the hyperbole gamers are using about this 100 gigabyte download on Reddit and in the comment sections. But it does reveal a problem faced by both Sony and Microsoft in the coming years. How to make this shit understandable and accessible to the common gamer consumer. I mean, how many people who game on a console understand how big a gigabyte is?
I don't think
how many
they
gigs
do.
they have free?
They just see loading bar and go, ah, too long!
Yeah.
Between all the lingo there is to understand true 4K, native 4K, checkerboard rendering, super sampling, and all of the rest of that technological mumbo jumbo, this also presents a separate question altogether, particularly for PS4 Pro owners. Like, wait, how come PS4 Pro games aren't receiving huge texture packs too? Why one system and not the other? I smell another console war on the horizon.
Oh no! Don't tell David Cage.
Oh god.
Oh no, don't tell Quantic Dream.
Oh no!
That's what I should say. So far, very few games on PS4 Pro have gotten this kind of treatment. Fallout 4 is one of them, actually. But there are several PS4 exclusives that have seemingly ignored Pro updates at all, such as Persona 5. And when there are updates for the Pro, very few of them are consistent anyway.
It's all a lot for consumers to juggle, especially if they're really only interested in playing games more than they are about achieving the utmost in image quality. And that's where Nintendo thinks the real money is to be made, according to some of their most recent comments about this alleged 4K revolution.
These comments were made by Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé in an interview with The Verge about the focus of the Switch and the company's future. Fils-Aimé said about the strategies of Microsoft and Sony, "We want our products to be easy to pick up and experience, low learning curve. We want our IP to shine as we deliver these experiences."
He went on to say, that's the way we approach it, and so what that means is the sweet spot of $300 for the Nintendo Switch, a platform that has Mario and Zelda and Splatoon, going against...
That doesn't have Splatoon yet.
It doesn't have Splatoon yet.
Let's be, come on. Okay.
It's true. Going against a more limited consumer pool, a higher price point, requiring investments in other ways, 4K TVs, what have you, that is a strategy for us, candidly, is a bit too limited.
While Nintendo is sometimes behind the 8 ball when it comes to technological advances like the internet, or also recently their hesitation to adopt an HD resolution until the Wii U, but they're not totally wrong on this one. According to analysts, only around 10% of US households have 4K TVs, and in the US that adoption rate is much higher than the rest of the world. But let's be honest, Sony also sells 4K TVs. Microsoft also is trying to sell PCs which do 4K. They have a vested interest in me seeing it succeed.
Yeah. So Nintendo's assertion that gamers just aren't ready yet for 4K isn't off the mark at all, which is why they're gambling that gamers want more access to their games rather than 4K visuals. It's their read on the market, and they're basing their current strategy around that idea.
However, those statistics about the 4K adoption rate aren't slowing down the projections for potential Xbox One X sales. Well, kind of. Analyst firm DFC Intelligence just published a report this week that they expect Microsoft to move around 17 million Xbox One X consoles out of around 63 million Xbox Ones total.
That's not a bad number. They mean this year, right?
Nope, by 2021.
Oh.
And hey, that number might go as high as 20 million by 2022, at least as far as DFC Intelligence goes. But remember, this is the same research firm that said Microsoft should leave the console business altogether last year.
Huh. Well, interestingly enough, that projection is fairly similar to the ratio of PS4 Pros to PS4 regulars sold since the Pros launched last fall, which was somewhere around 20%.
It's also worth mentioning that the PS4's current total is at about 60 million plus worldwide, so who knows where their lead might be by next decade.
Still, anything can happen in this next wave of consoles trying to out-hardware piss each other, but one thing's for sure, we'll probably have more growing pains and more confusion before things get any easier to understand.
What do you guys think of 4K console gaming's growing pains? Do you think Nintendo is right about gamers not being ready for 4K? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates on more confusing 4K mumbo-jumbo, including checker and chessboards and draw distance and renders.
Supersampling.
Supersampling, not so supersampling, mega sampling. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the know.
Going forward on Xbox One X is expected to get a similarly large texture pack.
And to be fair, it's
Who let the dogs out?
rough.
Who?
Jesus. And to be fair, it should be
No, seriously, who let the dogs out?
seriously.
Who?
Is it? When I start talking, it's gonna bark.